Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast. I apologize for the late upload, but I've been having internet issues. We're going to see what's coming up for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising with this deck here. And then we're going to pull some love and romance cards at the end with this deck here, because I didn't get to do love readings for August. So those of you interested in love, I don't want to leave you without anything. So we'll do some love cards here at the end. September love readings are already coming up. So September love readings will be up. Let's see what's going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What messages are coming up. If you find this video outside of the dates listed, don't you worry. You found it whenever you were meant to find it, whenever the messages were meant for you. So we're going to see what's happening here. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What messages do we have for our darling Cancer friends? So the first card coming up here, my dears, is the Eight of Swords. Now, we had some really big energy come in when the Lionsgate portal opened on the 8th, okay? And so this energy was very inspirational for a lot of people. And the reason why I bring this up is because of the vibe I'm getting from the Eight of Swords. I feel when the Eight of Swords is coming up for you guys in your energy, it's like there's all these things you want to do, but you're feeling stuck and trapped, like you can't, right? Like you got this big burst of motivation, and maybe like a week or two ago you were feeling really inspired and really excited, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to change my life. And then it came into this week and then you just felt kind of deflated or defeated, like, oh, but I can't. Like it's so overwhelming, or it's so much to conquer, it's so much to master, right? It's just way more than I could handle. Well, a couple of things. First and foremost, you're given that desire as a means of guiding you. That's your compass, right? People always talk about follow your inner compass, and we're like, well, what does that mean? How do I access my inner compass? When there are these inspirations that are coming to you, and the thought of it makes you feel really excited and really happy and just gives you a sense of excitement about life, that's your compass pointing you in the direction to go in. But negative ego comes up and tells us, what in the world are you thinking? You can't do that. You're not going to be able to conquer that. You don't have the right resources. You don't have the right help. You don't have the right support. How in the world are you even going to do that? That's negative ego. And that's the vibe I'm feeling here with this Eight of Swords. You're feeling stuck and trapped. The meaning of the card itself, Eight of Swords, tells us that the situation is not as bad as we think. It's not as bad as we think. We're not as stuck or trapped as we think we are. And we can get out of it. All right, but first we have to look at the situation. We got to shimmy out of that little binding there that's not even around us that tight. Push that blindfold off our eyes and look. Look at the situation. Don't be afraid to look at the situation. And you're going to start to see that there are steps that you can take. Maybe you don't have enough to get you to the finish line right this second. But what do you have that allows you to take a step? Take it one step at a time, because there's nothing worse than staying stuck where you are, right? That leaves us vulnerable, and we want to be empowered. I want you to be empowered. So don't look at it as how can I get to the finish line. Take it one piece at a time. What can I do right now to take a step in the right direction? And before you know it, you're going to be crossing that finish line. The next card here, my darlings, is the Six of Wands. I just got chills. What do we talk about? Before you know it, you will be crossing that finish line. And Six of Wands is victory, my dears, victory. For anybody who's learned tarot or has been learning tarot, you know the tarot cards have keywords, right? When you look them up and you're trying to learn, tarot cards have keywords. And one of the keywords for Six of Wands is victory. And so victory is overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles, beating out the competition. Okay? I feel here, Cancer, and this is something I'm feeling intuitively, okay? I feel that some of you have been dealing with someone who, like, little by little has been diminishing your confidence. like for years, even for years. This could be a family member, this could be a spouse or a partner if you've been with this person for a long time. But I just feel like there's been somebody that's been chipping away from your confidence for the longest time by giving you the slightest little criticisms. And so it made you feel like you don't have enough to get on or to do better or to get more, or that other people are better than you. And I feel like you're breaking out of that. It's like Spirit is showing me like there's this haziness, there's these clouds, and it's starting to burn up. Like your light is getting bright enough to where it's burning up this fog, it's burning up this haze, and you're beginning to see clearly. And you're gonna go for what you want, and you're gonna succeed. I feel like you're seeing the truth about yourself, and you're like, wait a minute, this person doesn't think that I'm not good enough. This person's scared to lose me. This person sees how powerful I am, and they're just trying to keep me in that little cage, because they think that when I start having friends and I start having successes, that they're not going to be able to hold on to me anymore. And so you're beginning to see the truth of a situation. I keep hearing gaslighting. Some of you might even be dealing with somebody who's been gaslighting you, but now you're seeing the truth. You're seeing the truth of it. And you're like, wait a minute, no. For some of you, this could be a parent. Okay, it could be a parent. You have a parent that maybe just makes you feel like you're failing, or you're not doing enough, or like you're making the wrong choices. But I just feel like you're seeing clearly. You're seeing the truth, and you're accomplishing some goals. I feel some of you had a big disappointment back in May, this previous May, and you got back up again, and you're trying to go for it one more time, but you're scared. And I feel like this time around, you're going to get it. Like this time around, it's yours. The next card here is the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance. And we're not quite into the love portion just yet, okay? But I know in love and romance, the Six of Cups gets typecast or labeled as a reconciliation card, that somebody's coming back from the past. Now, that can be the case, and some of you may be dealing with someone coming back around or trying to reconnect with you. However, when we look at Six of Cups outside of love and romance, Six of Cups can come up to let us know that we might be really into some sentimental energy. We might be thinking back about the past or about our childhood. And sometimes I see Six of Cups come up when somebody is really connecting with their inner child, and they're remembering their dreams. They're remembering the dreams they had as a child, and they're wanting to bring those into their adult life. Like, you know what? I always dreamed of this as a kid. I want to go for it. So some of you might be remembering some dreams you had in your childhood and beginning to take steps towards them. Six of Cups can also mean that we're thinking about the past too much, and we're questioning the decisions that we made and the steps that we took. And we're thinking, well, maybe it was better before and I messed everything up. There's something about remembering. There's something about looking back in the past. Sometimes when we look back in the past, we remember things better than they actually were, right? And we think that, those were the good old days. Like, we look at it with rose-colored glasses, and we forget about all the stuff that happened that pushed us to make the decisions that we made. So for me, Six of Cups can come up to say, trust in the decisions you've made. The decisions you've made, the steps you took them for a reason. You didn't just wake up one day and say, I want to leave that job for no reason. You didn't just wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to stop talking to this friend or this family member for no reason. Things happened that made you feel that way. But when you move past them and you get on with your life, you forget about the things that were bothering you. And then you think, maybe it was better and I wasn't appreciating it. Okay? So trust in the decisions that you've made up until this point, and try to work on grounding yourself, Cancer. Try to work on grounding yourself. This is very important. If you spend too much time in your memories, it's going to start causing you to feel depressed. When we're thinking too much about the future and we're not in the present moment at all, we get anxiety. When we're thinking too much about the past and we're not in the present moment at all, we get depression. Okay, so try to be in the present moment. Your next card here, my dears, is the World card, and this is a major arcana card. So even though I'm setting the intention to look at this in terms of like a 7-day period of time, the major arcana cards are coming up when we're entering a new chapter in our life. It's a significant turning point. It's a significant defining moment in our life. So it's a period of time. When the major arcana cards come up, this is a chapter in our life. It's going to be longer than 7 days. But things are happening in this week that are opening the door, that are opening the gate to this World card energy. Okay? The World card is about the completion of cycles. We've learned some karmic lessons and we're not going to have to repeat them ever again. Not in this life, not in any future life. You've accomplished what you were meant to accomplish. You've learned what you were meant to learn, and you don't have to do this again. And so the World card is completion, success. The World card comes in with the energy in my readings of being comfortable in one's own skin. It's like falling in love with yourself. You begin to see the beauty just the way you are in this moment. I feel some of you Cancers have been doing a lot of manifesting work for the future, like visualizing work, where you've been sitting and doing these meditations and you're imagining how you want your life to be and you're imagining yourself. But when you're imagining this life, you've been imagining yourself in a really unrealistic way, right? Like you've been seeing yourself as this different version of you, specifically physically, like seeing yourself looking physically very different, be like some ideal of perfection you've put in your head. Well, my darlings, here's why this is dangerous when you do this. Because yes, you're visualizing and you're trying to manifest for the future, but when you're putting yourself in this unrealistic way in your visualization, you're putting out the command that don't give me these things until I look like this. Because when I look like this, I'm going to deserve it, right? You're not necessarily manifesting looking like that. You're manifesting the life you're going to have when you look like that. And that puts out a mixed signal to the universe. And so I feel like your angels and guides have been trying to help you, like, hey, Cancer, what's up? Like, what's so wrong with how you are right now? You know, why can't you have these things now? Okay, sure, self-improvement is great. You can work on self-improvement and we can help you with your self-improvement. But what about you being deserving now? Why can't you receive stuff now while you're working on yourself? And why can't you love yourself the way you are now as you're working on yourself? And so I feel like there's this sense of like, you know what, I really love myself. I'm really comfortable in my own skin. And this is motivating you to like just go out there and to get more in your life or to accomplish more in your life, and even to continue with your self-improvement, because you're in a place of like love and you're just building upon that love instead of hate and trying to measure up in some kind of way. So I feel the relationship with yourself is changing and shifting as far as how you're seeing yourself physically. Okay, World card can also indicate that we're opening up to be feeling worthy of praise, attention, praise, success, travel. We're putting ourselves out there in some kind of way. Some of you have been on hermit mode for a long time, and you're finally ready to come out of hermit mode. You're like the little caterpillar that transformed into the butterfly, and you're pushing yourself out of the cocoon right now, and you're about to emerge and like reveal yourself. I feel like some of you feel like you're working on this really big reveal. Like this is who I am. This is me in my transformation. This is me in my evolution. Feeling very powerful energy from the World card for you guys. We're going to take a look here and pull some cards around love and romance. Now, my darlings and my dears, I encourage you to watch your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign if you haven't already. Some weeks those might resonate for you more than your sun sign, or it might bring a little extra information that could be helpful. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. I am having a sale for a limited time. I will extend it for another couple of days. And if you want to see details on the sale pricing, that is in the community tab. But you can book at calendly.com/amethystangelite. So first card here is, I don't do reversals. I had the deck, I was holding the deck upside down, but I don't do reversals. So the first card here is Four of Cups. Now, I know that this might not be the happiest card in your mind when you're looking at love and romance, because we think of Four of Cups as we're not happy about a situation. Sometimes it could mean we're in our head too much and we're missing an opportunity. That's going to be especially true for those of you in that Six of Cups energy, where you're thinking about the past, and oh, I messed up, and oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. If you've been in that energy, Spirit is saying, open your eyes. You're missing out on an opportunity here right now. Somebody's trying to get through to you. Now, another meaning of Four of Cups is like, we're not satisfied or we're not happy with what is being offered. And I feel some of you Cancers are frustrated because it's like you're wanting love, but there's nothing around you that's impressing you. You may have opportunities, you may have chances, your DMs might be full of thirsty people trying to get at you, but you're just like, none of it is inspiring me, none of it is impressing me. And so Four of Cups can come up with the energy, which is actually really positive and helping us manifest. And Rumi wrote about it and referred to it as divine discontentment. Divine discontentment happens when we start waking up and we start realizing that we deserve more. Maybe you worked really hard to be where you are in your life right now, and you manifested this life, but it's not fulfilling to you because you were manifesting bare minimum. I can't wait to have a partner that doesn't cheat on me. I can't wait to have a partner that, allows me to, have some independence. I can't wait to have a partner that doesn't yell at me and treat me like crap. I can't wait to have a partner that, helps me out with the bills, right? Those are bare minimum things. That is a bare minimum. It's not a healthy relationship to be with somebody who's treating you like crap and cheating on you. That's not a relationship. And if you're with somebody who's not contributing in any way, that's somebody that's using you. So even though you may have manifested these energies, they're going to feel very unfulfilling because they're bare minimum. Four of Cups comes up when we start realizing, hey, wait a minute. I want some flavor. I want some spice. And so this can be a very helpful tool in your manifestation. If you find yourself in that Four of Cups energy, don't be quick to tell yourself, oh, you know what, you're being ungrateful. Or, oh, you know what, let's go back and let's visualize this perfect life with this perfect lover, with this perfect version of myself. No. What do you want? And see yourself having that right now as you are right now. Come out of the bare minimum. If I go out for a walk, every single day, and I keep to myself and I mind my own business, the police aren't going to come to my door and say, Amethyst, you know what, you've been out here going for a walk every single day for the longest time. You've never punched anybody in the face. You've never damaged anybody's property. You've never gotten in any fights. You've never stolen anything. We're going to throw you a parade. We're going to give you this cash prize. No. That's bare minimum. I'm not going to get any, accolades. I'm not going to get any praise for, minding my own business when I'm out in public. Okay? So it's the same thing in our life. We need to raise the bar. We need to raise the bar. This is not, we can't praise people for bare minimum things. Right? You deserve respect. You deserve attention. You deserve love. And we shouldn't feel like, just because somebody is respecting us or just because somebody is doing the bare minimum, we're obligated to stay in a situation. So the next card here, my dears, is the Strength card. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. There could be Leo energy here because we do have the Strength card. If you have a Leo placement, that could be the area of your life in which someone is coming into your life romantically. It could also indicate here, because it's a major arcana card, a significant soulmate. For me, in my readings, when major arcana cards come up between people, it tells me there's a significant past life connection. It tells me there's a significant soulmate connection, and that there's a contract. There's an agreement that you all have come into each other's life to learn a specific lesson or to grow together in a specific way. And the Strength card has a lot to do with commitment. Commitment, embracing vulnerability, loyalty, obviously strength. And this is a card that comes in to remind us that we're going to catch more flies with honey than we are with vinegar. So a little gentleness is going to go a long way in terms of communicating, in terms of moving forward in a relationship. Strength card can also, this is really important if you're single, or no, even if you're not single. This is really important, what I'm about to say, if you feel frustrated and that you're longing for loyalty in your relationships and you feel like nobody has your back. If you are a Cancer that feels very unsupported and like people are fickle and flaky and they're not loyal and they don't have your back, sometimes the Strength card comes up to tell us that when we start to commit to ourselves, like we make a promise to ourselves, we keep that promise to ourselves, we go out there into the unknown on our own, to conquer this uncharted territory, we're gonna find our ally or allies or protector or protectors along the way. We're gonna have these alliances along the way, and we're gonna meet up the people that are gonna rise up and have our back. When we have the relationship with ourselves where we commit to ourselves and we're loyal to ourselves and we're loyal to what we want, we might go on the journey alone because we're around a bunch of fickle, flaky people. But as you're on the journey, people are going to start coming in that are going to have that relationship with you, that are going to have your back, that are going to make your goals and dreams a priority for them because it's important to you, it's going to be important to them. So loyalty, commitment, this is something that you're manifesting in your life right now. Your next card here, my dears, look at this. The World twice. The universe is really confirming for you guys that some cycle is over. You don't have to repeat it again. You've learned what you needed to learn. Some of you are looking at a situation or a relationship saying, what am I left to do here? What do I mean to do here? Why am I in this situation? And Spirit is saying, look, you've done it. You've learned it. You've learned it. They've learned it. You've done what you were meant to do. You can move forward now. Okay? You can go on to the next thing. Some cycle is done. And you're waiting for the next thing, but the cycle is done. So the World card also, as I said, coming out and letting yourself be seen, coming out of your shell, embracing, feeling comfortable in your own skin. It's really funny because something about the World card and this card is making me think of the old TV show Quantum Leap. I don't know if any of you guys remember it, but this scientist would leap into different bodies, and he had to find out why he was there and how he was supposed to help this person. And then once he changed the course of history and helped this person, he leaped into somebody else. And so when he leaped, there'd be like a lot of light, and the light, like he'd like fill up with light. And this is making me think of that. Like you guys, Cancer, you're about to leap into the next thing. You've done what you were supposed to do here. You've helped whoever you were supposed to help. You've learned whatever you were supposed to learn. It's okay to go on to the next thing. Okay? Maybe some of you are feeling bad. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go out there like into the unknown, or I don't want to go out there by myself. Four of Cups to me, looking at these two cards, makes me feel like you feel that you're around a person or people who are very uninspired. And you're trying to help them be positive. And they're like, whatever, So I just kind of feel like you're around somebody that maybe has lost their fire, and it's starting to bring you down. And you're trying to like light this person's fire again. But you can't. They got to light their own fire. So it's okay for you to focus on you right now. And it's okay for you to allow the path to reveal itself. Just start taking the steps forward. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign. Okay. And you may want to schedule a private reading, which you can do at calendly.com/amethystangelite. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Bye, my dears. Be